Hey folks, Brian King here. There was a time when the word dumb referred to people who had difficulty speaking or couldn't speak. That was way back in the dark ages. But unfortunately, there are still people today that believe the inability to speak equals poor intelligence. That is ridiculous. That couldn't be further from the truth. We have people these days with autism that are nonverbal for neurological reasons. And when given the right tools to communicate, you see people that are eloquent poets, people that understand complex mathematical equations, have brilliant ideas, and the only thing preventing them from getting these out to the world was they didn't have the tools. That's it. They lacked the means to execute, to express what it is that they had to say. My two younger boys, my middle son was born with a huge speech impediment. It took him many, many years to learn how to speak. And even to this day, he struggles to get his thoughts out when he's speaking. But give that boy a pen and paper. He's got an amazing imagination when it comes to sci-fi stories. When he texts with you, he expresses deep emotional insight and experience that simply doesn't come across when he tries to say it. My youngest boy is very, very shy. And he either mumbles when he talks, or he talks nonstop at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you can't understand what he's talking about. That's the all or nothing piece of ADHD. But when he texts you, this 14-year-old sounds like an adult. So he's able to communicate much differently depending on how he's deciding to do it. Now, in my case, those of you who follow me for a while will see that I'm doing a lot less video these days. And one of the reasons that is my energy level. Another reason is that I'm really finding the power in my own writing ability. My ability to help people tap into emotion or think differently about what it is keeping them stuck. See how I just kind of got stuck there for a minute? That's the ADHD. And those pauses, my brain getting stuck, difficulty finding the language, that's frustrating for me. And when I sit down and write, I can take those pauses. When I'm not sure what the word is, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to say next. I don't have to be in the middle of a video and get stuck. And if I write it beforehand, it sounds like I'm a robot. It sounds like I'm reading off a teleprompter, and that's not how I want to roll. I want to come at you authentically, be present, be in the moment, and scripting to me just doesn't let me do that. And I want to be able to come to you as strongly as I can, and I just find that writing can do that more for me. And there are a lot of people like that. There are so many clients that I've worked with over the years that if it were not for the option to text with me, they likely would not be able to have a conversation with me. Either because they stumble over their own words, they're very, very self-conscious, they're perfectionistic about how they want to talk to me, they're afraid of sounding dumb, the pressure of having to respond immediately like they're used to in the classroom. None of that exists with me. Find the language, text me, email me. We'll work with you that way. And it's amazing how powerful it is. When you know how to communicate emotionally, when you know how to put your thoughts into language, your hands hurt, you have dysgraphia, or in my case, my hands are weaker because of the MS. Great. Speak into a microphone. Transcribe it. There are free apps these days that will transcribe what you say into text using AI. There's amazing ways to bridge that gap between what you want to convey to the world and your capacity to convey it in traditional ways, meaning speaking. So I want to encourage you to explore these different ways of getting your wisdom and your knowledge and your needs and your values out into the world. And don't think for 1 second that the way everybody else is doing it is the way you have to do it. What's more important is that you get it out there. So that's my 2 cents on this. If this has been useful to you, let me know. Drop a comment. And by all means, share this with somebody that you think could really benefit from this message. Until we talk next time, this has been Brian King. Thanks for being you.